My name is Hakan Eroglu. I'm the Global Open Banking Lead in the advisory business of Mastercard and looking after advisory services, helping banks, merchants, in general, multiple clients on open banking strategy consulting and how they can make most out of open banking and open finance, as well as value-added services, so everything that is built on top of open banking data. Open banking is driven by multiple levers, so to say. So the one is obviously regulation. There has been regulation in place in many jurisdictions the last few years, and even as a topic today. Others are market-driven initiatives by the industry. The learning that we had in the past few years was that open banking is basically a vehicle, a mechanism, an infrastructure where banks are investing to collaborate with FinTechs, with other players to build services that are helping consumers to solve their problems much better than they have been done before. So the opportunities that we've seen so far globally is about building capabilities. So banks are building capabilities to open up, to collaborate with third parties, with FinTechs. It's also about to restructure the organization to be prepared to compete against other players who are tapping into the payments and banking market. It's not only a challenge or a risk per se, it's really also an opportunity, especially in the environment where we have seen regulation so far. It's really a chance that we have seen. So the key drivers for open banking that we have seen in the past few years is about regulation, regulators pushing for opening up to build more competition, but also to foster innovation in the economy. The other one is banks who want to become more modern, to build a new technology stack around it, to facilitate new type of services. Another one that we have seen are, let's say, PayTechs, BigTechs, the tech companies who are already in that space for many, many years without calling it open banking or open finance, so tapping in that space already. And these are the main drivers that we have seen so far, pushing banks in looking into openness and open banking and building new services around what customers really need to solve their problems. There are various of use cases, of course. Looking into the retail space, we have personal finance manager, business finance manager, for example, which are the most obvious ones. We also see the development of different type of money marketplaces or marketplaces where third parties are providing new type of services on a single platform where end consumers have access to. That can be run by a bank, for example, or by a consortium of different companies to run that platform and providing different type of service to end consumers. We also see the clear development in the SME space, where SMEs have better access to lending products, for example. Open banking is helping to calculate a more precise credit scoring, for example, for those businesses that won't have access to loans and credits. So the whole topic around financial inclusion is super important here as well. And last but not least, for the corporates, we have use cases around ERP software providers. We're connecting building large pipes between the ERP software providers and the corporate banks to manage payments in real time, to stop and initiate payments, to have much better management around payments and banking, especially for treasurers. So there's a whole range of services. Another aspect I would like to make is FinTechs, for FinTechs who want to get access or collaborate with banks in a much easier way. We see banks who are using open banking rails or open banking infrastructure to be in a better position to connect to FinTechs. And it's not very obvious, not very easy a way of doing that. So I think that the market will see more and more different use cases where there are certain type of platforms to allow FinTechs to get access to banks much quicker and faster and much smoother way. And also for banks who really want to have access to FinTechs but need partners to really connect to those FinTechs in a much faster way with an easy, simple construct around it. We will see much more in that space. And if you go much further into the future, we will see open finance use cases around where you have more access to data, not only the current account or the savings account, around open banking. You will see pension funds, investment funds, different type of accounts around insurance policies, for example, where you have a 360-degree view of data. And that's also about open finance to build new applications around services where you can sweep different amounts between accounts with sweeping services, or variable recurring payments as well. So we will see much more in the future as well. So we can be excited about it.